As Jeremy Clarkson might say, this is the best sponge filter in the world. Okay, so why is this so good? A manufacturer, which are these people, have made a filter that takes all the good parts of a sponge filter and puts them into one spot. Now, the main reason people don't like sponge filters, I mean, these are really inefficient really, but the main reason a lot of people don't like sponge filters is the noise. This one has already sorted that problem out. Okay, I'm going to put links to everything, but let me show you. Let's take this off. It's already got a stone in there, see? That is an air stone. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, and that air stone, I don't think I can get this bit off without damaging it. I don't want to damage it. There you go. There you go. Already done. And that means none of that horrible gurgling noise, which is what most people don't like about sponge filters. Now, that does mean a portion of this isn't usable, but it doesn't matter. It's a very good sponge, probably about 45 pores per inch maybe, and this was designed as a prototype, but you can buy these now, which is fantastic. There you go. And also the other thing I didn't like is you can have it run like that, all right, so you can have it gurgling out, or you can generate some flow with it, which I can't do because that, here we go, idiot. I'm being silly, aren't I? So there you go. So that is now generating flow, okay, which we're going to test in a minute. Now, these are absolutely fantastic for shrimp tank and all the rest of it, but these are the drawbacks to sponge filters, okay? As soon as you turn this on, now you must really give this a good squeeze in the water to make sure it's completely saturated, but once they get actually clogged up with bacteria, they start to slow down on their function. Okay, so less water gets sucked in and all the rest of it. Now, I've seen people run cichlid tanks on too big of these, yeah. It's not doing what it should be doing. You know, you're holding all the muck in the water column, which technically a lot of filters do, but this is on the outside. Now, but in shrimp tanks, perfect food source. You know, if you've got a fry tank, perfect food source. So I think we should get this wet and have a look how it functions. Now, first thing I love is this, by the way. You could put this in a corner and it's away from the corner. But anyway, all right, let's get this wet, all right? And I will tell you what I think. Can we just check that? Yeah, look, there you go. Beautiful that is. Let's make sure we get this in the right place, otherwise it's not going to function. And I'll put links to these. I recommend everyone get one of these just as a backup. They're fantastic. Okay, let's get it wet. Okay, so this is a Tetra 150. Okay, obviously if you use the Tetra 200, 250 or 400, you're going to get better results from these. I use this because I use it on all of the tests. Okay, without further ado, let's get it wet. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is make sure they get the airline on here. Okay, so this is the airline. Here we go. Let's put it on here first. Should be pretty straightforward. New airline's a little bit harder, but there you go. Now, with any filter, especially sponge, get it wet first. Get rid of all this. There you go. Let's see if she sinks. It still needs a bit of air out of there. There you go. Give that a minute or two. Okay, without further ado, let's turn it on. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's not too bad. There's hardly any noise coming from that. Obviously you're going to get bubbles out of that. It's a very coarse stone on there, but they do give you the other stone. Okay, now the other stone is a lot finer. Okay, so let's see if that makes a difference, shall we? Let me take it apart. It's relatively easy. We should just take that off. Let's put that back in the water for a minute because it's going to float. And there's your air stone. That's the weight. Let's take this bit off. And this is the acid. There you go. There you go. And that's the coarse one. Okay, so let's get the fine one. Put that in. Okay, let's have a look what it's look like in the water. There you go. I'll put it all back together. And again, it's going to be tough to get in there. Just be patient. Okay, so I'm going to do it the other way around this time. Let's put that water in there. So look, let's take that piece off. Let's put that on there. Then like that. Then like that. And make sure you get that little notch there. A little notch. You need it on the airline, otherwise it doesn't sit properly. Like so. There you go. Right, let's drop it back in the water, get all the air out. There you go. Okay. Let's turn it on. Okay, so it's not virtually silent, but as you can see, there's not a lot. So let's get this off the stand. Let's have a quick look at it. Okay, so it's not got that horrible glugging noise. Still has it, but let's see how much water it's actually moving. Remember, this is a 150 Tetra, so look at that, it's actually moving quite a lot of water. Now we do have another attachment I want to try. There you go, you see that? This is the attachment I want to try, because this would actually give you flow in the tank. And that's quite easy to fix, so what we do, let's turn it off. You literally, oh, let's get some weight to it now. Oh, let's got some weight to it. Right, you literally just take this bit off. No, not that bit. You don't need that bit. It's really hard to do it. Oh dear, it's really hard to do it with one hand. Anyway, so you literally take that off. Put that back on there, and that fits like that. Back in the tank. Obviously, get rid of the air again. Strange. It's air-driven sponge filter. Needs to get rid of the air. They do sink over time, and they will stay in the tank once you've done it. But okay, so that's now out of the water. So I think we should turn it back on again. You ready? 3, 2, 1. There you go. Look at that. That is so cool. That's moving a lot of water, you know that? Obviously it needs to acclimatise itself and sink, but that is one of the best solutions I've seen. It's fascinating the hell out of me. Look at that. Okay, so shall we talk about the pros and cons? I think we should get it out of the water and have a look at that. Okay, I have to say, this is by far my favourite sponge filter that I've ever seen. I know it doesn't have biomedia, but it does everything else. And look at this. Look at the amount of uplift you can get on that. Ooh. You know, that's nearly a whole tank's worth. That's 30 centimetres, maybe 32 centimetres, 33. It's got this, which is much better than going down here, which is, I prefer that. It's the fact that it's got you get two, let me show you. It gets the coarse one, okay, and you get the fine one, yeah, and which means you can buy these off Amazon, so you'll never ever have a problem. You can get hundreds of these and you'll never ever need to worry about anything else at all. So this is by far my favourite. I like the idea of this. There is nothing not to like. I like this as well. So you could sit it in the corner. You see, the problems I had before is if you have the uplift tube and you had the airline going down here, okay, what would happen over time is that you would move it and it would sink like that. And you need these to sit straight. They need to be like that. And the fact that you can move it slightly out of the water to get some water flow, it's 360 degrees. You know, what's not to like? You know, and if you don't want that bit on there, it comes with the extra bit of one of these. So you can literally have it as a normal one if you want. You know, you can't really go wrong, can you? To be fair. So let me take that out. You know, apart from that, it's a normal sponge filter. So all well and good, isn't it? Guys, thanks for watching. I'll put the links that you need for this. And look at that. Rock and roll.